Well, it's official. Game of Thrones, the season finale, the leaks were true. The leaks were true. Bran Stark, the all-knowing internet computer, in human form, is king of the Seven Kingdoms. The person you would never have even dared to imagine sitting on the Iron Throne is on the Iron Throne. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that he's crippled, you know? He could sit on the Iron Throne all the time. He won't even move. You just gotta feed him food right there, you know? Probably barely even needs food. Just, why? There were so many plausible, good ideas to make for the story. Now, I know a lot of people would automatically go into the, well, George R. R. Martin, this is how he's going to end his books. Yes. The difference being is that George R. R. Martin would probably lead it off in a very climactic, interesting climax where the heroines and the heroes have to face off one last battle. The end of all ends. I heard great theories. I heard a theory where the White Walkers and the Night King kill everyone, and Jon and Bran and like 2-3 other people are the only ones left alive, and they're on the brink of Westeros. And the Night King's about to kill them when Jon realizes that Bran is the Night King from the past or future or something in regards to the time thing, and Jon has to kill then Jon kills Bran, and when he does, Bran dies, and therefore the Night King dies. And I'm like, that would have been so good. That would have subverted expectations in a positive way. Jon would have had to sacrifice his own brother, kill the only heir to his father's, or foster father, whatever you want to call him, Lord Stark's only living left son. I mean, it would be hard for him. But he would have to say, if I don't do this, then there will be no one left. That is a powerful message. Like having to sacrifice things, and maybe Jon couldn't handle it, and so then you'd have to find someone else for the throne. But he had to sacrifice. He had to be the hero. That would be so much better than, oh, my queen, I guess I'll go off to the wall now. And oh my God, it's just Mr. Martin, George R. R. Martin, yeah. If you need help with any extra whatever you're doing on the side to keep yourself away from writing the books, call up the fans. I'm sure the more than 1 million people who signed the petition to remake Season 8 of Game of Thrones would be more than happy to help you out. That way you can just focus on writing your book. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't mind buying you a lot of food, bringing it over, giving you a potluck so you have enough food and drink for you to write the books. So at least we have something something tangible. It's almost to the point, though, honestly, where it's like, if he does pass away, like, get all his notes, get all his stuff, and let someone close to him who loves the franchise to death, like, hardcore religiously, let them finish writing the books. Honest to God, like, just give us a better ending than this. I mean, I was like, I was holding out hope. I was like, oh, they filmed multiple endings. Maybe they were like, we'll just test the waters. If everyone likes the way it's going, then we'll use the original ending. And if they don't like it, then we'll use another ending. But apparently they were like, screw it, we're just gonna do whatever we want. And personally, coming into it from a person's perspective, in which I just recently got into Game of Thrones a little over a year ago, and I watched all the seasons, I don't have the time that I've invested in this series to say I am fuming furious, but at the same time, I can understand why a lot of people are. Am I disappointed? Very, very disappointed. I mean, honest to God, I'd rather have Sansa on the throne. I mean, I don't really care for her. I think a lot of stuff could have been done with her character like the fact that Ramsay Bolton did all that stuff to her, yet afterwards, for some reason, she just randomly is like, oh, I'm over it. Like, yeah, I'm a hardened bitch now, but, it's whatever, I'll move on with my life. Like, I would think, wouldn't you have, like, flashbacks or nightmares or, like, PTSD or something? Like, if someone raised their hand up to you or said something to you in a certain way, you would automatically think of him and you might, like, flip out or something. I think it would be really cool if they had brought Iwan Rheon back as Ramsay Bolton, except have him like a premonition in her mind where he kind of infects her and makes her go crazy as well. And then if she was crazy with Daenerys, oh, that would be so great. If they actually made like 10 seasons like George R. R. Martin said you should. Because, you should listen to the man who wrote the books and, created the entire lore. You should probably listen to him, but, it's whatever. It's sad. It's depressing. And as much as I want to say, screw it, to hell with it, I hate Game of Thrones now. I can't say that. I love Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe half and half, a little wavery on 7. But I love Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, to me, is from George R. R. Martin, the man who built this world. And I almost think it would be kind of, it's a dishonorable disservice what Benioff and Weiss did to his legacy. But I think it's also a disservice for us to say, screw you guys, I hate Game of Thrones. I might hate the way it ends, or the whole season 8 as it, but, with Star Wars, in comparison, I hate the sequel trilogy. And I'm thinking of all the things they could have done to make it better. And Star Wars is actually something I've been invested in for a very long time. Well over a decade. And I would, instead of getting mad and just saying, I hate Star Wars now. And I know it's a little different because they're self-contained stories and Game of Thrones is an entire thing. I replace the sequel trilogy with something else. I replace it with the Thrawn trilogy. With Game of Thrones, you could make up your own story until, George R. R. Martin, if George R. R. Martin ever finishes, make your own ending, Like, I've seen so many fans come up with better theories and better stories. We can write it better. So do that. And try to stay positive, even though this is a very depressing time. Try to stay positive. Show Benioff and Weiss that you're better than them, because I bet you and guarantee you most of you are. Most of you are better writers and more creative than them. And to act more adult, we have to just say, you're stupid. But I'm not going to let you ruin something that I've loved. Anyways, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already and like the video, and comment your thoughts down below.
Well, I was going into Tarshian Station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Come on.
Well, I was going into Tarshian Station to pick up some power converters.